Here it is, you guys. Haven't done a video on that. It's my new truck, Mitsubishi Mighty Max. Super stoked to make some videos on that. So here goes our new tow rig for the channel, 2008 Cadillac Escalade. Another future project on the channel. Mazda Speed 6. Okay guys, in this video, I replaced the engine motor mounts on a 2004 Toyota Camry. I called Firestone on a quote and they said it was $1,100, $550 being in labor. So you can go ahead and save yourself $500 to $600 in labor by doing it yourself. And the cost of the engine motor mounts is up to you, depending if you order OEM, which is typically more expensive, like the owner in the video did, and or if you just order from rockauto. So it is up to you where you order it, but that is probably going to be your average cost, $500 to $700 in labor from a shop. So keep that in mind, and that's what you can save. Get the tools, do it yourself. These videos are very old at this point. I have not been able to upload very many videos, as you guys can tell. So at some point I will continue to upload, but this specific video is broken up, will be broken up into probably 1 to 4 videos, possibly. It just depends how long I want the video. So this is just one of the 4 engine mounts that I replaced. And remember, the quote from Firestone was for 3 of the 4 motor mounts. He did not add in a quote for a 4th one. So keep that in mind. Like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment below on how you like the video. Thank you guys. All right, you guys, in this video we have a 2004 Toyota Camry, 4-cylinder. We need to change the motor mounts on this. I got to change the radiator cap. There's a power steering issue that I haven't quite figured out where the leak is, but I want to focus on the motor mounts in this video. So here goes one motor mount. There is the front motor mount right here, and then there's 2 motor mounts on the side, which I will remove the wheels so I could access those. And I need to move the plastic trimming off as well. This plastic trimming, I will remove that, which I'm not going to show you guys in the video, but just know it's probably just a bunch of 10mm bolts to get the plastic piece off. I have my jack here and jack stand there on both sides. And if you really want to, put your e-brake on, and don't forget to chock your wheels, which I just put the e-brake on. I think I did. These are OEM mounts bought at wholesale cost. I believe they are $900, and the owner got them for $700 with some discount and the warehouse costs and that good stuff. But yeah, aftermarket motor mounts are probably much cheaper, but they probably won't last as long. And if you've had experience with aftermarket motor mounts, post in the comments. Let us know your experience and how long they lasted, because these are expensive for sure. $700 for mounts, pretty expensive. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this party started. I am going to go ahead and remove the wheels, take off that bottom plastic trim, and get to work. I don't know, as of at the beginning of this video, you guys will see what this costs from a shop. I'm sure it's pretty expensive, but you guys would have seen that already. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get this done. Motor mounts, I'm going to start with probably the 2 side ones. Doesn't seem like too difficult of a job, so I'm going to find out. All right, guys, let's get this going. All right, you guys, here goes the motor mount on the passenger side. I've already broke those loose, but I'll come back to it. The plastic trimming on across the bottom, a bunch of, it's like 2 of these may break, the plastic clips. Actually might be more. There's a lot of ones with screws and 10mm heads. And let me show you an example of one that was not, like right here. That's what this car had at least. And then show you guys the driver's side motor mount down below. It's right here. There it is. Now, they look very similar from each side. So trying to figure out what side is which on the new ones. You'll notice this one has a pin, like a dowel, if you want to call it that. And this one does not. So when you remove this one, either you already know watching the video or you don't know like myself. I'm not sure. But when you remove this one, you'll be able to match them up. So the top is a, let's see, 19 millimeter socket. And your leverage is going to be back in this gap right here. Right here. I used my breaker bar. Super handy. And then there's 3 bottom bolts. 1, 2 right in here. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then there's another one right here. And again, I don't know if you guys can see, but when I get the motor, when I get this mount off, I will show you guys. And I use this wood block underneath the oil pan. From what I've seen and read, this seems pretty typical for people. Just get a nice big block of wood. So I'm going to loosen all this up, and then I will, well, it's already loosened. So I'm going to get all the nuts off, and then I will see how much I got to jack the motor up so I could get this guy out. Because a lot of the videos on this car that tell you how to do this are nothing but the top one on the passenger side and the front motor mount. It doesn't, I don't think there's very many videos showing you guys the side mounts at the bottom. But I'm going to go ahead and get these off and probably montage this real quick. So let me go ahead and do that. Actually, thinking about this, this goes all the way over here. So I bet I have to take this off. Yeah, that's exactly it. So on this side, guys, you gotta actually remove this. So let me figure out what size that is. It's probably like a 14 maybe. And then this motor mount is pretty much free. You don't even, that's just holding up the motor now at this point. So I will loosen these up. Let me figure out what the top is. Hold on. All right, this one, you don't have much leverage in here, so you may need a good 3/8 ratchet to get this one. But I was able to get it. Let's see if this works as I'm hoping. Oh, look, there's another one. So there's this top one, and then there's one right through here. I don't even know if you guys can actually see my finger. So let me figure out how I'm gonna get that one out now. All right, there was 3 bolts. There's one right there. Let me point it out so you guys don't get mixed up. Right here, this one. There's one that the extension follows. And then there's one more right at the bottom, but I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that. That's the last one I have to get. I just broke this one loose. That one's loose. So now I have to get that third one. So let me figure out how I'm gonna get that one. All right, there was 3 bolts. There's one right there. Let me point it out so you guys don't get mixed up. Right here, this one. There's one that the extension follows. And then there's one more right at the bottom, but I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that. That's the last one I have to get. I just broke this one loose. That one's loose. So now I have to get that third one. So let me figure out how I'm gonna get that one. All right, just so you guys can see, that's the bolt I'm working on. I got the other 2 off. I did lift up the motor just a little bit. I picked it up off the mount there. Now I'm debating what I want to do next. And look, this one doesn't have that little pin, so it's not that. I'll show you guys in a minute which mount this is. But yeah, I cannot get that. I need to use a wrench, but I don't have enough leverage to break that loose. So let me keep working on this bolt here. All right, guys, I broke it loose just so you guys can see. That's how I have it. And I just kind of kept tapping it on this side. But I was obviously holding it tight against the bolt. But that's how I got it loose. I kept tapping it with the breaker bar. So if you got something with better leverage, use it, because that's all I had. And it is loose. Alright, so I'm kind of stuck. So I'm just going to finish removing these three nuts off the bottom of this motor mount and see if that gives me any more kind of play so that I can hopefully create more space so I can get some leverage in there. So yeah, I'm going to get these guys off first. Well, guys, come to find out, you don't actually need to remove this. Obviously, we're putting a little bit of pressure on the oil pan, but I'm keeping an eye on it. It's not bending. It's totally fine. You could probably remove it easier if you remove this mount. But again, the mount is nice and tight. I'm glad I started with the bottom mounts versus the top, because this would have been way stiffer and you probably wouldn't have been able to move it that much. So that one's already a blown out motor mount. So now I'm going to put these guys back on, because I didn't need to do that, and show you guys this one. So there goes this motor mount. Remember, there's no like little dowel pin looking thing on here, and I believe this one is the replacement. So there goes the replacement. I really don't know if these things needed to get replaced, but might as well do it. Oh yeah, there it is. It goes to play. Hardly any play over here. Plenty of play here. These ones don't look like they're OEM either. But there it is, guys. Oh wait, that's not the right one. Shoot. Hold on. This one's the right one. Here is the correct motor mount. No play at all, actually, and some play. But yeah, so here's the replacement, and I'm going to go ahead and put these guys back on. Remember the difference of the top? You see, this is the driver's side bottom motor mount. It's got that little dowel pen looking thing there. Honestly, not that bad. If I would have known I didn't have to remove this, I could have been done with this in 10 minutes. But instead, I was messing with this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the camera, tighten these back up, and then turn it back on and show you guys putting in the new one. But so far, pretty easy. All right, got those back in. Also, if you guys don't want to jack up the motor as high as I did, if you're able to get this off, you can get that motor mount out pretty easy with this off as well without jacking up the motor so high. But just so you know, there goes one bolt hole or stud. The stud's off the motor mounts right there. One went through here, one went through there, and the other one went through here. So just so you guys have an idea. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to slide in the new motor mount. Maybe I'll go up and down. So put the top stud up and the bottom three down. So let's see if I can line this up. All right, so I had to go the bottom 3 first. But see how it's not perfectly lined up? So I'm gonna drop the motor. Also, there was a little plastic piece here, which is right here. It's supposed to have 3 bolts. This one only had 2. So 10mm bolts holding this plastic cover that was originally right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slowly lower the motor, and I'm not gonna put no nuts in place right now because the play is all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the camera and slowly slide the motor, and it should slide perfectly. If I was down here, I'd probably hold it to help guide it through, but we'll see if I need to do that as I drop it. All right, there it is. It's still, I left a little bit of play. See, a little bit of play. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up the 3 bottom bolts and the top nut, or 3 bottom nuts and the top nut. And this side's done, but yeah, no play here. Yeah, that's about it here, guys. So super simple. I think that was a very, very easy motor mount to do. Hopefully you guys can either do it from here, but in my opinion, just lifting up the motor was much easier. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up those nuts and do a quick little montage of me tightening those and cranking those bolts down, or nuts down. I keep saying bolts, but I mean nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, the back one. All right. All right, well, there you guys go. That's one motor mount done. Pretty darn easy, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and put that plastic cover back on. I don't need to show you guys that. I feel like wheel back on. I don't need to show you guys that when I get to that point. But the motor mount is in. Now it's time to jump to the driver's side bottom motor mount. So this is the passenger side bottom. I don't know the exact words they use for it, but it's the best way I can put it. It's the passenger top mount, and then that's the front mount, motor mounts. So let's go ahead and jump to the other side. No more Sentra. She gone.